Here are the starting 11 for head coach Tim Mulqueen and Memphis 901 FC. Goalkeeper number 1, Jeff Caldwell. Defender 32, Liam Doyle. Captain, defender number 8, Mark Birch. Defender 22, Wes. Midfielder number 11, Midfielder number 10, Adam Najim. Forward number 30, Marcus Epps. Forward 29, Brandon Allen. And now, the starting 11 for head coach Stephen Glass and your ATO 2. Goalkeeper number 24, Dylan Castanera. Defender number 22, Mikey Ambrose. Defender 42, Garrison Tubbs. Defender number 2, Tyler Rutherford. Defender number 6, Lawrence White. Midfielder number 12, Mo Adams. Midfielder number 4, Jack Metcalf. Midfielder number 29, Anthony Anakamana. Midfielder number 32, Kevin Kratz. Forward number 7, Luis Fernando. And forward number 19, Brandon Vasquez.
For Atlanta United, 2 winners of 2 straight at home. Can they keep their successes going in Kennesaw? The visitors tonight might have something to say about it. Memphis 901 FC on their toughest road trip of the year. It's the USL Championship on ESPN Plus next. Time for a little action at the Fraction from Fifth Third Bank Stadium in Kennesaw, Georgia, in the suburbs of Atlanta. It's the USL Championship on ESPN Plus tonight. The home guys, Atlanta United 2, coming in at 5-14-5. The visitors, Memphis 901 FC, coming in tonight at 4-13-7. Alongside Jason Longshore, I am John Nelson. Thanks for accessing us however you are doing so, large device or small, here on ESPN Plus. Jason, with these two sides, they're coming at it from completely different directions.
Memphis 901, one win in their last 8 matches, and this is the 3rd match of 4 straight on the road. They're in Charleston on Monday. Atlanta United 2-0-1 in their last 3 at home, and they beat Memphis earlier this season. Both have a very outside shot at getting into the playoff race. It's going to take both of them heating up in the final third of the season.
Atlanta United 9 points out of that bottom playoff spot coming into tonight. Players in the spot, Shadow, the first one for the visitors has a homecoming.
Lagos Kunga, familiar face to George Bello and Patrick Okonkwo. All are homegrown signings to Atlanta United. Kunga's moved over to Memphis on loan this season. He has 6 starts since moving over to Tennessee.
And on the flip side, for the home stripes, it's someone who's been hot of late here in the USL Championship.
Brandon Vasquez, 3 goals, 2 assists in the USL Championship play this year. Only 3 starts. He's recovering from an adductor strain. He had a big role in Atlanta United winning the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup with 4 goals in the tournament.
So when we come back, we'll let you see what the starting 11s and 18s are, introduce you to the coaches, the officials, and get you ready for the first half of the story, the first 45 around the corner. It's Atlanta United 2, Memphis 901 FC, the USL Championship on ESPN Plus. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
Welcome back to Fifth Third Bank Stadium, and someone we both know get to sing the anthem tonight here.
Well, I think you know her a little bit better than I do.
True, yes, that is the boss. Special night in the Nelson household, the one time a year where my wife, Patty, gets to sing the national anthem. Very, very cool. Good to see what's going on. All right, let's take a peek at the starting 11s and the visitors. They've only scored once in the month of August.
Lagos Kunga, Brandon Allen, both fairly new to the team starting up top. Marcus Epps also recently joined the team on loan from the New York Red Bulls. Out wide on the right, a lot of speed.
All right, you look at the Atlanta starting 11s, and what do you see here? You see a lot of first team.
I think the biggest question is, how does it actually line up? Is it 4-4-2? Is it 4-2-3-1? Is it the 3-5-2 we've seen with Atlanta United a lot here lately? I have to wait and see how things play out.
Those are the 11s and the 18s. You both see 4.42s. Obviously, things will change a little bit from there as you see the wind coming from north to south here at Fifth Third Bank Stadium tonight. So it should be interesting when the ball gets in the air. And there's Stephen Glass back up against the middle of the bench there. So that's Stephen Glass getting ready for Atlanta United 2. He's on the bench there. Tim Mulqueen also there for Memphis 901 FC. So those are your coaches here for tonight. And we're going to get ready for action here at Fifth Third Bank Stadium. Our referees tonight, man in the middle is Adam Kilpatrick. Nick Balser, Kyle Johnston are your ARs. And your fourth is Kyle Whitley. And we are now underway in Kennesaw. Once again, thanks for hanging out with us. Jason, when you look at the keys to tonight, what was on your mind coming into this one?
For Atlanta, coming back home, they've been in a really good run of form here at home. That's what you want to see. That clout as well. You get a lot of first-team players in the team right now. On the Memphis side, new faces integrating into this group. How quick do they build that chemistry? And late in halves, Memphis has conceded a number of goals. They have to eliminate that if they're going to pick up results.
Also done that late in games themselves. So let's see what goes on here. Last couple of times out in this road trip, Memphis 901. It has been pretty rough. Losing in Birmingham 1-0 back on the 17th. But then 5-0 in Tampa last time out, last Saturday. And so after this one, Jason, they turn back around and they've got Charleston on Monday.
Makeup game heading over to the Low Country for a 5 o'clock Monday afternoon kick.
Big road trip, and then they go home for one with Swope Park and come and one more on the road. And then this long road trip of theirs will be done. Big stretch for Memphis 901 FC. Atlanta United 2 here in the first half, going from your right to your left. They are in the striped kits. Memphis 901 in their road whites. Tyler Ruthven with it here halfway through minute number 2.
Tyler Ruthven, Garrison Tubbs started last weekend in Hartford. Ruthven, after playing with Tubbs a couple times, has really taken him under his wing. Tyler, the Alpharetta native, played in Major League Soccer with the New York Red Bulls, went and played professionally in Scandinavia. Very experienced and a big help to the academy center back, Garrison Tubbs.
See what happens here, and then there's a whistle there on Lagos Kunga as we hit minute number 3. Atlanta United 2 thought about a quick start. They do get it right there with Captain Jack Metcalf. Kevin Kratz. Chasing is Luis Fernando. And it's going to end up heading back for Memphis 901.
It's going to be a deep throw for Memphis. A lot of speed for Atlanta out wide with Luis Fernando and Bienveni Kanakamana. Memphis will have to look out for that ball dumped into the corners that Atlanta likes to play from time to time.
Lawrence White now with it. Ruthven. And Tubbs. Luis Fernando. Metcalf looking for the big switch. It is there. Lawrence White will chest it down. Marcus Epps on him. Ruthven looking for a little help. Finds it in White. A little back and forth. Atlanta United 2 trying to work possession early, and it hits Metcalf. Ricochets back to Ruthven. Dangerous situation there avoided. And the Stripes maintain possession.
Ruthven swings it over to the left to Tubbs. Atlanta's going to try the left side now.
Mo Adams wearing number 12 tonight.
First start in USL Championship this season for Mo Adams.
Lawrence White. It stays in. There's Metcalf. A little bit of space. We'll turn and bring it back as Brandon Allen was on him. You see Adam Najim there working a little bit of press here in the middle third. Metcalf again. And they say that it went out. White did not save it, so it'll be a Memphis 901 throw. Minute number 5 here at Fifth Third Bank Stadium. These two sides, if they really want to try to sneak into the bottom of the playoff picture in the Eastern Conference, it's got to get a lot of winning done in a very short period of time, but it would have to start tonight for both of them. Nicely done to get possession back for the Stripes. It was Metcalf going back and forth with Kratz and Ruthven will send it across to Garrison Tubbs.
Atlanta United 2 has a schedule that there's points on the table for them. Also a good number of home matches.
Flags up. Brandon Vasquez called there. So we'll go back to Memphis 901.
That's why dropping points on the road on Saturday in Hartford, where Atlanta played a pretty good match for a long stretch of it. If you're going to make the playoffs, and it's something a young team will learn, those are the ones that can come back to cost you.
And Andrew Carlton getting a red card in that match, not obviously in the 18 tonight. Jeff Caldwell trying to send it forward. Pressure now from Atlanta United 2. Kanekimana is there. Caldwell just chips it back over and gets it out of the way.
Memphis struggling with Atlanta's pressure up high. That's something you will likely see the Stripes ratchet up.
Epps gets it away from Wyke. Looking for Kunga, center circle, nicely intercepted there by Tubbs with space.
That's outstanding work from the Academy center back. Read the pass the whole way and then didn't just blast it forward, carried it forward to start the attack.
Metcalf, switch. Sent in by Kratz with the left, inside the 18, knocked away, and it's going to end up to Adam Najim, who's going to try to spring Brandon Allen here. Kratz is there, and they're going to get a whistle out of Adam Kilpatrick.
Adam Najim, Dan Metzger, two central midfielders from Memphis, both products of the New York Red Bulls Academy. Two players that know each other very well. Good partnership in the middle of the park for Memphis.
Memphis trying to work their way up through the center channel. Liam Doyle tried to do something with the left, looking for Wes Sharpie. Last touch by Atlanta United 2. Sharpie will bring it back in.
4 starts for Doyle since coming over from Nashville SC.
Epps and Cam Lindley looking for Lagos Kunga over the top. Kunga will get there. Looking to work inside the 18 and set the left, and it's deflected, and it's going to be an early Memphis 901 corner here in late minute number 7.
You know Lagos Kunga is going to cut back to the left foot. Everyone knows that. Mikey Ambrose has gone 1v1 with him in training many times. It's still difficult to stop. Tubbs gets the block on the shot.
So Cam Lindley will set it up here for Memphis 901. A lot of white kids sprinting into the area, punched out of there nicely by Dylan Castanera. Luis Fernando will come up with it. Looking for a little help on the turn. Najim was there marking him. Kratz. And here's Benny Jets. Leaves it for Wyke, and he'll leave it for Metcalf to get things sorted out here. Center circle, Mo Adams. Kratz. Wyke with room. Thought Kanekimana was going to get a cut, and it ends up with Jeff Caldwell. And he'll pick it up as we head toward minute 9.
Good look from Wyke. He didn't get the run he was looking for out of Kanekimana. So you see this high pressure. Kratz in the middle. Kanekimana on one side, 29. Vasquez, 19 on the other side for your pressure. Left off now for Doyle from Caldwell. Kanekimana pressuring Doyle again. Doyle looking for help. Chips it up, looking for Epps. White got there first. Atlanta United 2 with possession. Mo Adams will dribble out of trouble. Center circle to Tubbs. And the Stripes will do it again. Mikey Ambrose. It's good work from Mo Adams. The biggest question about Mo Adams fitting into the Atlanta United style of play was how he would function in a team with a lot of possession. We know what he can do defensively. Scrappy gets stuck into the tackle, but can he move the ball? Can he keep it and make the right decisions?
Great ball there. Luis Fernando couldn't quite control it. Lagos Kunga is there. Memphis 901 trying to get out of trouble. Cam Lindley. Too much for Epps. It'll be an Atlanta United 2 throw. Early minute 10, Fifth Third Bank Stadium here in Kennesaw, Georgia. Alongside Jason Longshore, I'm John Nelson. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. A lot of schedule compression here late August, early September to make up some matches in the Eastern Conference. Memphis is on their longest road trip of the year, their toughest road trip of the year. And they just got to get the ball in the back of the net, and they've really had problems doing that this month. Vasquez. Wyke. He'll set up with the right, and he pulls it, and it will end up being a goal kick for Memphis 901. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world since 1947. Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com.
Great turn from Marcus Epps.
Epps with space and reinforcements. Sharpie with the right across to Lagos Kunga. He'll want to set up that left. Mikey Ambrose is there, as is Mo Adams with the left. Easy grab there for Dylan Castanera.
Kunga doesn't hit it completely flush. Tries to go back to the near post on Castanera. He has it covered. Former Ivy League Player of the Year from Columbia University. Has a number of records in that Ivy League record book.
Big switch by Lawrence Wyke, and the flag is up for Luis Fernando. Atlanta United 2 in their last 3 matches at home, 7 points. A draw and 2 wins. Going back to the match against Charlotte July 24th, and then wins against Loudoun and Swope Park.
And this is the first of 3 in a row at home for Atlanta. They're going to make a late unexpected run to push for a playoff spot. It has to start tonight.
Ambrose got Kunga out of the way to win the header. Atlanta United 2 now with possession. Lawrence Wyke halfway through minute 12. Giveaway and space for Brandon Allen. Backtracking. Epps is there. He'll set up the right. Deflected and wide. Close call there for Atlanta United 2. It's going to end up being a Memphis 901 corner.
Miscommunication from Atlanta in possession gives Memphis an opportunity. Allen leads the charge. Plays in Epps. It's a great recovery from Lawrence Wyke. He takes away the options from Epps, who maybe should have had that shot a step earlier.
So let's see what Cam Lindley has in mind as he brings it in with the right. Looking back post, punched up in the air by Castanera. He's trying to grab it, and he does.
A missed connection on the first punch, just popped it straight up. It was like a volleyball set. He goes up and grabs it.
Kanekimana looking to turn. Kratz is there. Mo Adams. Back to Kratz. Wyke has space, but he'll bring it back to Metcalf. Looks at his options. Goes to Lawrence Wyke. Wyke, top of the 18, intercepted Liam Doyle, and back comes 901 with Kunga, but he couldn't find a partner with it. Got kind of stuck in the turf. Mo Adams got there first, but it ends up sticking with Josh Morton in Memphis 901. Luis Fernando nicely done to get the ball away.
Fernando digs that out. Gives Atlanta another possession in Memphis's final third.
Ambrose and Kratz were combining, as they do just there. Nicely done to keep possession to get out of a jam in short space.
The German veteran just pulls it back to create space, swings it to the right.
Wyke, Metcalf, Tubbs. Mo Adams on the turn. Looking for Vasquez with the header, but the flag is up.
It's a great look from Mo Adams. Vasquez stepped up just a little too early, but Mo Adams early on in possession is answering a number of the questions. Stephen Glass has been asking this group to be more courageous on the ball, more brave, take those chances, but also have some patience to let plays develop. We've seen much better play from Atlanta United 2 in recent months.
Caldwell. 2 Atlanta United 2 players are there. Colliding were Kanekimana and Wyke. And they say that Marcus Epps touched it last. But needing a bit of a break here as he hit the turf. Looks like it was Wes Sharpie.
Big collision with multiple players going up for that first ball. Sharpie caught the worst of it. Tim Mulqueen will be a little worried about his defender. Mulqueen, decades of experience in Major League Soccer and with the U.S. men's national team program. He specialized in his work with goalkeepers, and here in Memphis, his connections with team owner Tim Howard made him a no-brainer for this opportunity.
Joust won by Memphis. Lagos Kunga's there, and a whistle, and they're going to call a foul on Metcalf. Lagos wanted to start very quickly, and it looks like Adam Kilpatrick was not going to let him. Had to pull it back a little bit, and now Memphis 901 will start again.
Tim Howard, one of the part owners of this Memphis 901 club, knows the value and the experience and the quality of Tim Mulqueen. Quick decision once the team was getting underway to hire Mulqueen as the first manager in team history.
Assistant coach Ben Pierman, brought in from Detroit City FC. Very successful work there in the NPSL with what they've been able to build.
Mulqueen, Howard, Andrew Bell, the leadership with this Memphis 901 club. They've been learning on the fly a bit. They've made some adjustments to their roster throughout the season. A number of new faces have come in.
Looking for Vasquez, headed away by Doyle. Epps is there. Lindley will settle for Doyle. Memphis 901 will bring it back the other way.
Doyle, one of those new faces, became available when Nashville added Forrest Lasso on loan from FC Cincinnati. Doyle's had a very good career with Nashville, the Isle of Man international.
Metcalf back to Ruthven. And Garrison Tubbs with space. Luis Fernando circling around. There's Kratz back and forth with Tubbs. With the right, Lawrence Wyke. There's the look for Kanekimana. Tries to bring it inside the 6. Vasquez had the touch, couldn't control it. Goal kick.
Brandon Vasquez, as he's getting healthy, we're seeing that movement up top as a number 9 that showed in the Open Cup run. It's a good run to the near post here. The final touch, not the quality that Brandon Vasquez is looking for, but his movement up top, dragging defenders with him, creates opportunities for himself, but he also opens up lanes for Luis Fernando and Bienveni Kanekimana.
Early minute 18 here in Kennesaw, goalless right now. Caldwell sending it deep with the right. Center line looking for Lagos Kunga, lost the header. Doyle and Vasquez were challenging, but it ends up back with Caldwell. They'll try it again. That time won by Tubbs and Kratz. Josh Morton will get it. He'll try to work it to Lagos Kunga. Can't hang on, so it'll be a throw for Atlanta United 2, taken quickly. Kratz being held there by Dan Metzger, and they're going to call foul.
Metzger didn't like the call.
No.
Had some questions on Twitter from some of the viewers tonight about the surface. You can tell it has been resodded. It's been resodded in the last week. It's a hybrid surface, part artificial, to give it a little more stability. Had some issues with the summer heat on the previous surface, replaced last week.
And with the left, top of the 18, Metzger will clear. Kanekimana will end up with it. Kratz. Lawrence Wyke, Doyle on him. Kanekimana back to Kratz. Back to Ruthven. And Metcalf, center circle. He's got room. Tubbs was there. Mikey Ambrose nicely sent to Luis Fernando. Good turn on Lagos Kunga. Metzger intercepts it as it was headed back to Metcalf, but it'll end up going back to Tubbs. Atlanta United 2 will try it again.
Good patient possession work from Atlanta United 2, not forcing anything, trying to drag Memphis side to side, create openings. Ambrose and White providing a lot of width for the stretch.
Mo Adams in the middle. Lawrence White has a lot of empty space around him. They're going to try to go for the quick flick there. Fernando ends up getting it back, and he'll find White. Looking to work into the middle. Lawrence White will wind up, didn't get all of it, and it ends up going just past Jeff Caldwell. Not a whole lot on it. Goal kick.
Stretching the field, it's something we have talked about with Atlanta United in their 3-5-2. Atlanta United 2 playing in a different shape, but honestly with the same principles as you see White and Ambrose as far wide as they can get. It does two things. White has space, as we saw, and last time created that space to cut inside and take a shot for himself. It also forces Wes Sharpie into a decision. Is he going to come out wide and create a lane for Bienveni Kanakimana to run through, or Brandon Vasquez to make a run in?
Caldwell sends it down. White sends it all the way back to Dylan Castanera. And the Stripes will build again. Mo Adams and Lawrence White. Marcus Epps was chasing. It'll go back to Ruthven. Atlanta United 2 just content to build. Being patient, finding the gaps in space. Intended for Lawrence White, and that's intercepted by Sharpie. Metzger. Josh Morton, and he'll come all the way back. Doyle, bit of a punch. It ends up in Lawrence White. Tries to get it on the ground. Luis Fernando lets it go through. Goes through two players from Memphis. Brandon Vasquez will get there. Metzger marking him. Mo Adams will pull it back. Najim was on him. Metcalf. Epps went for the pass to block the lane, so he'll pull it back. Center circle, and Garrison Tubbs. Metcalf. Now to White. Into the middle, and Metcalf looking to drive, but he'll switch it all the way over. Mikey Ambrose. Chested down, sent in with the left. Doyle gets there first. And Memphis 901 with Najim will reset.
Good outlet ball looking for Sharpie, but Kanakimana gets back and prevents Sharpie from bringing it down the line.
Mark Birch. Lindley. Najim. Center circle looking for Epps. Tries to flick it forward with the right. It ends up right at Garrison Tubbs, and Atlanta United 2 will end up with possession again. Lawrence White, Epps on him. Brandon Vasquez tried to get Kanakimana to go. Sharpie ends up with it. Caldwell will be there now, and Lindley will get it at the top of the 18. He'll turn. Doyle, Kanakimana in pursuit. Caldwell's going to have to regroup here a little bit. I'll try it again. Kept in by Sharpie. Epps marked by White. Dribbling out of trouble nicely. Brandon Allen. Trying to get Lagos Kunga off and running, but getting there first. Dylan Castanera too much on it, and here comes Atlanta United 2.
Great look with the left foot from Allen. Slightly overhit. Ambrose had picked out Kanakimana. The Jets were going.
Luis Fernando. Corner of the 18, step over. Metcalf in the middle, has White, and he'll get to it. Big right boot, header missed. Vasquez. Fernando tried to turn on it. But they got a whistle, and it's going to go back to Memphis 901 inside the 18.
Inadvertently came off Luis Fernando's arm. The cross from White just missed Brandon Vasquez. Take another look now and try to spot it. Good ball in from White just over Vasquez, and Luis Fernando's left arm just down by his side. Outstretched enough to get the call.
Jeff Caldwell in his 8th straight start for Memphis 901. They're going to call a foul that time on White for the clear out. So it's a chance for Memphis 901 to start quickly. They do. Metzger and Epps. Metzger gets Sharpie moving into the corner. Turns in with the right, headed clear. Lagos Kunga will track it down. Fernando on him. Back to Cam Lindley. Birch and Doyle. Epps. Metcalf on him. Metzger. Sharpie and Doyle again, and they're just going to go all the way back center circle and mark Birch.
Memphis showing some of that Atlanta United patience now.
Epps. They go back to Sharpie. Marcus Epps again. Thought about it with the left. Nice 1-2 to himself and through the 18. It's going to end up on the other side. Who'll get there first? Looks like Luis Fernando. And he wanted to turn on Josh Morton. He did. Now he and Ambrose going back and forth. Lindley tried to prevent that pass. Fernando got it. Memphis now has it. And here comes Lagos Kunga. Najim. Back to Cam Lindley. Kunga again. Luis Fernando there. Edge of the area. Big right boot. Epps tries to track it down as it was over everybody. He'll get there and keep it in for Memphis. There's Sharpie. And with the left, headed clear. Good run of momentum here over the last couple of minutes, and Marcus Epps will wind and fire, and he just missed the upper 90.
Marcus Epps had himself a peek and saw Castanera off his line expecting the cross. Epps tried to catch him.
Halfway through minute 27, scoreless here, Fifth Third Bank Stadium. Atlanta United 2, Memphis 901 FC here in the Eastern Conference. Both teams are chasing, and there's your look from Marcus Epps right there.
Didn't miss by too much.
Nope. Luis Fernando, Josh Morton on him. Stop. Thought about a stutter step. All the way back center circle. Metcalf and Ruthven. Here comes Kanekimana to help out. Lawrence White. Sharpie almost slipped there trying to get White from moving forward. He'll keep it. Ruthven. Metcalf. Tubbs. Luis Fernando. Not a whole lot behind it. Memphis 901 will get there. Najim. Epps trying to get Brandon Allen going, and they're going to not get a call there. Brandon Allen wanted it, didn't get it. Metcalf will bring it. Luis Fernando, and here comes Atlanta United 2.
Brandon Allen tried to sell it. Tyler Ruthven goes in with a very strong, well-timed tackle to win it.
Mo Adams, Ruthven, deflected. And here comes Marcus Epps. He's got Brandon Allen coming down the middle. Epps looking for a little help from some step overs. Easy pickoff there by Lawrence White. Nicely done.
Nice communication between White and Ruthven as White was recovering. White took the center channel. Ruthven threw a little head fake at Epps that took him off his game, and White's able to recover and take it away.
Kevin Kratz looking for the big switch, intercepted that time. Lagos Kunga center circle. And he'll give to Cam Lindley. Mark Birch, Vasquez in pursuit. Metzger and Morton. Doyle. Najim. Marcus Epps with the right, getting there first. Atlanta United 2. Nicely done. Kevin Kratz wins the spin move there, and he's got Brandon Vasquez on a run. Sharpie there. Kanekimana there to help out Vasquez. Top of the 18. Kratz couldn't control it. Tries to keep possession for Atlanta United 2 into the direction of Luis Fernando. Vasquez tried to get there. Memphis 901 will clear, but Atlanta United 2 in a lot of space. Luis Fernando will bring it back out into the middle third. Lawrence Wyke, top of the 18, launched in over the bar is beyond Vinny Kanekimana.
Consistently good service tonight from Lawrence Wyke on the right side. This time picks out Kanekimana at the top of the 18. Maybe rushed the shot just a little bit. It's a low cross from Wyke. One touch. Leaning back. Not going to be able to test Jeff Caldwell with that.
Tune in to ESPN3 on August 30th at 7 o'clock Eastern Time for a special Friday night edition of Wednesday Night Soccer. One of the championship's biggest rivalries takes center stage. Indy 11 South on I-65 to take on Louisville City FC. All August 30th, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, Friday night edition of Wednesday Night Soccer. Marcus Epps will leave it now for Sharpie. Top of the area, Metzger. Lagos Kunga wants to get that left foot going. Trying to drive on Mikey Ambrose. And they know that left, so they're just going to try to have him do stuff with it other than shoot. Looking for Najim. It'll go over the line. It'll be a goal kick for Atlanta United 2. Mo Adams. I know I'm a little behind in my asking, but usually at the quarter pole I ask you what you've seen of the first 20-25 minutes or so. We're in minute 32. What have you seen?
For the most part, Atlanta United 2 has been the better team on the night, although for about a 5-6 minute spell, Memphis had Atlanta under consistent pressure. Looks like Atlanta has kind of regained the momentum. Not a number of chances to show for it.
Ruthven, Metcalf. Here comes Epps and Najim to chase. Castanero puts a right into it, and he will find Mikey Ambrose. Ruthven, Wyke. Doyle got there first. Wyke got it back. Big switch is there, looking for Luis Fernando. Can he control it? Yes. Ambrose leads for Mo Adams. Metcalf. Luis Fernando. Too much on it, couldn't chest it down, so it'll be a Memphis 901 throw. Heading toward minute 34, scoreless. A couple of chances for Atlanta United 2. A chance here and there for Memphis 901 in the first 30 minutes or so. Doyle lifting with the left, looking for Metzger, picked off by Wyke, but Najim will get there and he's got space. Ruthven backtracking. Metzger. Too much. So it'll be a goal kick for Atlanta United 2. Tune in to ESPN3 on September 11th at 10:30 Eastern Time for an electrifying edition of Wednesday Night Soccer. High-flying Phoenix Rising FC. We'll talk about them at the half. They head to Vegas to meet the Lights in an action-packed Western Conference showdown. See it all September 11th, 10:30 Eastern Time, Wednesday Night Soccer on ESPN3. Pressure from Atlanta United 2. Doyle looking for Sharpie. Finds him. Kanekimana with the speed intercepts. Here come the stripes again. Metcalf. Sharpie from behind. Kratz, Wyke, and Metcalf. Metcalf looking to send it all the way over, and he does. Garrison Tubbs is there.
Tubbs so much more comfortable in possession tonight.
Kratz and Ruthven. Here's Lawrence Wyke. Epps on him. Metcalf. Heading to the quick triangle, so Ruthven looking to recycle, finds Tubbs instead. Mo Adams is available. Najim tracking. Metcalf dropping back to help. He'll put a big right into it and finds Lawrence Wyke. Kanakimana, Doyle on him. Back to Wyke. Entry into the area, too much over Brandon Vasquez, but Mikey Ambrose will get there. Morton and Kunga on him, so he'll send it back out to Mo Adams. Chip with the right, looking to settle. Metzger, and penalty.
Sloppy defending there. Atlanta United, too, is able to cross from the right to the left. Mikey Ambrose keeps the play alive. Chipped in by Mo Adams. Metzger just had a lot of Luis Fernando. Very late for Luis Fernando to go down, but he gets the call.
Adam Kilpatrick gives the penalty, and Captain Jack will take it after a bit of a discussion with Brandon Vasquez. Jeff Caldwell looking at Metcalf as we just turned minute 37. Got it. Jack Metcalf takes advantage of the penalty call, puts it in the back of the net behind Jeff Caldwell in minute 37. And Atlanta United 2 on the board. The road woes continuing for Memphis 901 FC.
First goal of the season for Captain Jack Metcalf. It's a captain's penalty right there. Complete composure from Metcalf. Opens his hips, pushes it to the right. Caldwell guesses right, can't get to it. And Atlanta United 2 with a lead in the first half.
Now, how does Memphis 901 respond? How does Atlanta United 2 respond here as we have 8 minutes to go, plus a little stoppage maybe, here in the first 45?
Neither one of these teams have scored first all that often. Atlanta United 2, when they have, 4-1-3 on the year.
Lagos Kunga intercepted. Nicely done there by Mo Adams. He's looking to drive, and he'll go for a while past Cam Lindley. Kunga back behind, as was Morton. Nicely done to get out of trouble. Poked by Kratz. Adams will keep. Kanakimana. He's got Wyke. He gives it to him. Here comes Epps into the area, headed out by Doyle. Najim will chest. Metzger, who had the foul called him inside the area to create the 1-0 lead. Back out and around with Sharpie and Epps. Wyke marking him. Sharpie will bring it back to Birch. Birch with room. Kratz will close. Grounder to Najim. Couldn't do anything with it, so he'll go back to Doyle. Doyle wants to chip over everything. Who did it hit last? It hit Najim last, they say, so it'll be a throw for Atlanta United 2.
Memphis 901 squad very flat after that goal. Not much of a complaint about the penalty from them. Just not a lot of spark at the moment.
Remember last time out, Memphis 901 lost 5-0 to Tampa Bay. Looking to send Ambrose, who chip it. Last touch by Josh Morton. It'll be a Creature Comforts corner, the first of the first 45.
Mikey Ambrose tried to cut that back after a nice 1-2 with Brandon Vasquez. I think he was looking for the big striker with the cut back cross. Morton plays it away to give up the corner
This corner
Now
kick
we'll
is
see
brought to you
if
by
Tyler
Creature
Ruth
Comforts
and
Brewing
Garrison
Company.
Tubbs can provide a
Reminding
target.
you to be curious and pursue your passion.
Vasquez, Tubbs making a run. Sent in with the right into the area. Doyle got there first. Metcalf tries to calm it down, get it to Kunga, but with space. It's Memphis 901 and Najim, but he's going to have to spin away from both Adams and Luis Fernando. Memphis 901 keeps possession. Nicely done there by Atlanta United 2.
Good work by Atlanta to force Memphis backwards, prevent the counterattack.
Birch.
Jack Metcalf was feeling it after the penalty kick goal. He went for something spectacular.
Yep. Tubbs and Kunga. Last touch Lagos. It'll be an Atlanta United 2 throw. Fans, you can continue to enjoy the USL on ESPN throughout the 2022 season. The USL is excited to announce the championship in League One will remain with the leader in sports for 3 more years. ESPN Plus will continue to be the home of all things USL. 19 games a year at least featured on the ESPN family of networks, including 9 games on ESPN Deportes. Continue to follow, support, and watch your club on ESPN and ESPN Plus. Najim Epps wants to get that right. Deflected. Goes off of Sharpie. Kanekimana back to defend. It's just going to be a corner for Memphis 901.
Marcus Epps creates space for the right-footed blast. It takes a deflection and falls to Wes Sharpie. We haven't seen Kanekimana in those types of situations very often where he's back defending in his own 18. Didn't look the most comfortable in that role.
Lindley will take the corner. The rush to the 6 begins. Doyle, header. Second header, won by Atlanta United 2. Going to be another corner, same spot.
Well-designed set piece from Memphis as they played a Doyle on the backside. His header back across, doesn't find anyone. Tyler Ruthven got ahead on it.
Lindley sends it in, this time closer to back post, headed, and last touch by Memphis 901, goal kick, Atlanta United 2. Coming up at the half, just around the corner here in minute 43, it's going to be keeping an eye on the team of the week, the player of the week. We'll let you know what else is going on in and around the USL Championship, USL League One. As we are here at midweek, action coming up around the corner as well. So I'll let you know what else is going on around the USL Championship. Everything you always wanted to know to keep yourself up to date on the leagues. We'll let you know at the break. A lot of big numbers on the board when it comes to what's going on right now in the USL Championship for consecutive things. A lot of success going on in the East and the West, and we'll let you know about that as we go. Halfway through minute 43, Metcalf to Lawrence White. Kanekimana thought about the give and go, held on to it, turned on Sharpie into the middle. Metzger got there first. Metzger will run. Nicely done by Tubbs to keep any kind of momentum going on. And then Ambrose will be called for the foul.
Ambrose grabbed Metzger to prevent the break. Adam Kilpatrick wants to have a word with Mikey Ambrose about his foul there.
I believe that's a no more. That's it. So let's see what Mark Birch has in mind here. Just outside center circle. Sharpie looking to make a run. Doyle just outside the area. Wyke was there. Kanekimana will send it forward with the big right. Kratz is kind of chasing. Birch will get there, center circle. Najim. Epps. He'll get there. Wyke on him. Step over, sent in with the right. Nicely done to get in the way of that by Tyler Ruthven.
It's been big to get Tyler Ruthven back from injury. 7th start of the season. Pairing him up with Tubbs, it's really helped the youngster kind of ease into a starting role. This is only Garrison Tubbs' second start in USL Championship.
But having Ruthven out there is like having another coach, constantly telling him what he's doing well and what he needs to work on, where he needs to be, those kinds of things. It's great to have a guy like Tyler out there.
Tyler's not shy either.
No. Wyke settles. Metzger's there first. Epps. They'll go on Kanekimana. Najim with the turn, trying to get Kunga going. Lagos Kunga with space. Kick saved. Nicely done that time by Castanera. Down inside the 6 and cleared. Dylan Castanera got his body in front of it. Stopped Lagos Kunga point blank. Biggest push. 1 minute added here in the first 45. Biggest push for Memphis 901 here in the first half.
Castanera makes the save. He's unable to keep it cleanly or push it wide. It was still in a dangerous position until Ruthven cleared.
Kanekimana. Kratz looking for a little help. Finds it in Metcalf. Mo Adams. About halfway through that minute of added. Metcalf. Ruthven and back. Looks like Atlanta United 2 is just content to keep possession for this minute here. Mo Adams and Tubbs. And there's your whistle. First 45 in the books. Adam Kilpatrick calls it to a close, and here was Memphis's best chance of the first 45.
That's great work from Marcus Epps with a turn at midfield. Plays in Lagos Kunga from Najim. Ambrose makes Kunga stay on the right foot. Castanera defends the near post. A little scrappy there for a second until Ruthven clears and Atlanta dodges a bullet.
Jack Metcalf puts the ball in the back of the net in the 37th minute on a penalty. First goal of the year. Atlanta United 2 on the board with the lead after the first 45. We'll be back to Fifth Third Bank Stadium through halftime. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
Got a lot of water going on here at Kennesaw State, Fifth Third Bank Stadium. They're watering the field because it is new here. It is that hybrid of AstroTurf and grass. It's the new turf that they've laid down for football season, so they got to water it constantly. So that's what they're doing here at the break. When we come back, You're going to see what's going on in the USL Championship. We're going to give you news and notes. But here's the best of the best in the championship in League One. Take a peek.
Obi charging on, curling the cross. That's outside for Quickly to Watson. Watson going to take a shot. Oh, my. That is sensational for the Irishman. Plays it across. And finds the one hit.
Powers delivery.
Goes it out! The beauty! 50 to Compton.
Garcia flicks it in there, back of the net.
Trying to find Chang. Does the volley, and that one batted out.
Into the penalty area. Rito, near post finish. What a goal!
They have this long win streak going, but it's because they're taking care of opportunities as this strike goes up and in.
How about Ferris? How good is this?
This one whistled all the way across, headed on frame, tipped over the bar and cleared out by Levine.
Here's Johnson. Saw the goal momentarily. Shot taken by Poco! Scored! He's got the brace!
Oh, it's saved by Lorendi. Cuts it back. Fires a shot, trickles on and in. Charlie Dennis back the other way down the right flank, takes it himself.
Slides it into the 18. That ball's touched into the back of the net. And no room to turn, but Bergen! What a strike!
But here's Joe Gallardo now coming forward. Gallardo still on the ball. Gallardo takes a shot, it's pushed away.
Ball is loose inside the 18. Moshabani comes over. Shot. Stop made by Aviles. Silva will have a hit. Oh, good save by Metamadu. From the moment he left his boot, it looked destined for goal. On the N4. Hesitates, fires, and finds the back of the net.
So the best from the championship and from League One. And Jason, when you talk about League One, you want a bunch of teams in a very short amount of space in and around the playoff bar getting toward the end of the season. You've got it in League One.
Yeah, coming into the inaugural year of USL League One, I don't know if anyone really knew how it would shake out. And honestly, I don't know if anyone really knows much now about how it's going to shake out. Very competitive season.
That's going to be fun to keep an eye on that. Now, back to everything else going on in the championship. News and notes, and the first one has to do with something we've been reading about. Big news for the USL.
Yeah, such a huge deal for the USL to continue the relationship with ESPN and ESPN+. One of the underrated elements of that deal is the additional 9 games per season on ESPN Deportes. USL will be available on a national level in Spanish for the first time.
And then in the middle, everything is just adding up to wins for Phoenix Rising.
Phoenix Rising, 16 straight wins.
Last loss, I think, was what, 1974?
It's feeling like it at this point. It's absurd. And not all of that is on Dollar Beer Night, by the way.
No. I think they're 14 in a row on Dollar Beer Night.
Unbelievable stat.
And then the bottom, no luck here, but it is a story out of Indianapolis. Their home win streak is huge now.
That's what's crazy about it. The number for Phoenix would grab your attention straight away and think, oh, nothing can top that. Indy 11 at home, it's just, you're not finding points there.
8-0-4 at Lucas Oil. Player of the week, Christian Pirano, who's been finding the back of the net for San Antonio FC.
Christian Pirano is in a great run of form right now, carrying San Antonio FC at the moment.
A lot of folks in the eastern side of things when it comes to team of the week, a lot of familiar faces. Wojciech Wojcik up at the top.
Yes, and Kwadwo Poku, former Atlanta Silverbacks midfielder, had a big night last week for the Tampa Bay Rowdies against this Memphis 901 squad.
Stephen Miller a part of it, Carl Harwood a part of it, Nashville, a lot of representation from the Eastern Conference. When we come back, highlights, stats. We'll get you ready for the second half of the story in the 45. Atlanta United 2 up 1-0 in Kennesaw. We'll be right back after this.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
Welcome back to Fifth Third here in Kennesaw, getting you ready for the second 45 minutes, but we can't get you to the second 45 without getting you through the first 45. Jason, what did you see?
Take a look back at what happened in the first 45 minutes between Atlanta and Memphis. Back and forth between the two teams. Both had their opportunities. Marcus Epps got forward a few times for Memphis, cutting inside. Mo Adams with a very good half nearly picks out Brandon Vasquez, who's been in a great run of form. Bienveni Kanakimana, 6 goals on the season, nearly plays provider to Vasquez, but he can't turn it inside the near post. Atlanta had the better of the half. They had more chances, but Memphis kept them honest, and it was Epps who was at the heart of a lot of it. He nearly catches Dylan Castanera off his line. Atlanta gets a penalty. Captain Jack Metcalf, first professional goal, beating Jeff Caldwell. Perfectly taken penalty from Metcalf. But Memphis had a chance late to equalize. Lagos Kunga saved at the near post by Castanera. Flurry inside the 6-yard box, eventually cleared by Tyler Ruffin.
And let's take a peek at the first half stats. And obviously Atlanta United wants to build their numbers 2-1 when it comes to possession numbers, couple of offsides, and some testy defense on both sides. The one Metzger mistake leads to the Atlanta United 2 goal. Shots 14, but not a whole lot of them on target.
Yeah, fairly even first half between the two teams. Atlanta had the possession advantage. That's to be expected. They're one of the better passing teams in the league. That's a hallmark of any Atlanta United team. They want to control the match via the possession number. Atlanta United 2 did that. Memphis on the break, though, 8 chances. That's something Stephen Glass is going to talk to his squad about.
When you look at those numbers, I know that you like to go to like second level things. Is there anything else that stuck out to you with the stats that folks kind of pay attention to when it comes to the first half numbers that's not on that screen?
Talk about how even the match is. Both teams have created 4 chances. Adam Najim's created 2. Brandon Allen's created 1. Cam Lindley 1. On the Atlanta United 2 side, Wyke, Kanakimana, Luis Fernando, and Brandon Vasquez have each created a chance.
Got a couple of other matchups in the USL Championship tonight. They are later, and we'll keep an eye on those for you. We'll just mention them for you and keep you up to date on what's going on with those. But with all of the schedule compression that is going on, you're going to see some midweek games. We've mentioned what's going on with Memphis and Atlanta United too. and there's a lot of activity going on for Memphis, which starts Monday after today.
That's game 4 of this 4-game stretch on the road for Memphis. They're in Charleston, a makeup match, 5 o'clock on Monday afternoon. Then it's back and forth. They host Swope Park, they host St. Louis, they go to Loudon at the new stadium for Loudon United. They finish up with Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Three days separating that St. Louis match and the Pittsburgh match, and then Atlanta United 2, where they might be able to make some hay, but that's a tough 5 to stare at.
That's a tough 5, but 4 of them are at home, and this is game 1 of 3 straight at home. Atlanta United 2 is not out of the playoff race just yet. If they take care of business at home over this stretch, they could make a little bit of noise.
Other action going on. Birmingham at the break is leading Loudon by the score of 1-0. The other game going on, it is just underway out west. It is Tulsa Roughnecks and Vegas Lights as we get you ready for the second 45. Good news out of Tulsa, where it looks like they've got a new ownership group and a family's going to be invested in a great soccer city.
So many big stories like that around the league in recent weeks. Tulsa with new ownership energizing the Roughnecks club. Here in Memphis, Memphis 901, number 2 in attendance amongst the expansion teams, only behind New Mexico United. New Mexico's grabbed so much of the attention out in the Western Conference. Memphis 901 has done a great job making that city into a soccer city.
Just under 8,000 on average at AutoZone Park for Memphis 901, a tremendous first year for them. And Memphis 901, they're ready to go here for the second 45. Atlanta United 2. Now with the clock having turned to 45, they are breaking their huddle and getting ready for things. With the first teamers that are out there that we've seen starting in the 11, any idea of just letting them go considering what's going to be happening in Philadelphia on the weekend? What's your vibe?
It's a little hard to tell. George Bello not in the starting 11 makes you think that maybe there could be some minutes for him in Philadelphia on Saturday. Also, when it comes to George Bello, he was recently called into the U.S. U17 national team.
Looking forward to seeing that action as well. Here now for the second 45 minutes. As you see here in the second half, Atlanta United. Dylan Castanero will be on the left-hand side of your screen, so the stripes will be going from left to right, and Memphis 901 will be going from right to left.
Big news coming up during the international window for Atlanta United. Miles Robinson, Brad Gazan will be representing the U.S. in friendlies against Mexico and Uruguay. Justin Merrim called up to the Iraqi national team. Ezequiel Barco headed to represent Argentina's U23s. On the Memphis side, Abdi Mohammed has been called up to Kenya's national team. They'll be facing Uganda on September 8th. That's preparation for upcoming African Cup of Nations qualifiers.
So a lot of folks in the kits for these two sides getting a lot of international call-ups, and that's good to see and good to hear as well. Early minute 47, no changes in the first 45, getting ready for the second 45. So we'll keep an eye on that. On the bench for Atlanta United 2, you have George Bello, Jackson Conway, Wesley Dacus, Jose Hernandez, Patrick Okonkwo, and Will Riley. As Jack Metcalf goes back to grab it. For Memphis 901, it's Jim Barkay, Elliot Collier, who has Player of the Week honors and Team of the Week honors this season. Jochen Graf, Ewan Grandison, Pierre De Silva, Leston Paul, and Luca Uccello. Those are your benches. No one was used here for a switch at 45 minutes.
This is the third time a Memphis-Atlanta professional soccer match has happened in the Atlanta area. Memphis won the first two, actually.
That's the Rogues, right?
The Memphis Rogues defeated the Atlanta Chiefs in 1979 and 1980 in the old North American Soccer League.
And Paul Child is a name that sticks in my head.
Paul Child scored in that 1980 match. Good call.
And I did not look at your notes either.
Good stuff.
And
I'm impressed.
And if I remember correctly, wasn't their logo or their mascot a rather large elephant?
I think so. I remember their supporters group was called the Rogues Squadron. One of the best names.
No doubt about it.
Bluff City Mafia is pretty good as well, though.
Yep. Jack Metcalf in the middle of it all on this new surface that was watered at the half. That mix of grass and AstroTurf. Mo Adams will track it down. I know that Working down the edge. Quick spin here, and Atlanta United 2 will keep possession. Mo Adams. When you think about adjustments for the second 45, what comes to mind for these two sides?
For Atlanta, it's just more of the same. You want to be a little more secure when plays break down like this. You want to make sure you cover yourself and don't give a chance to Memphis.
Marcus Epps. Ruthven on him. Tyler Ruthven. Dylan Castanera gets in the way, and it was cleared. It looked like it was going out. It was kept in. Shot by Castanera saved, and it was an early chance for Memphis 901.
Tyler Ruthven was in a tough spot there. He backed off at the last minute. Marcus Epps was looking for the contact, looking for a potential penalty.
And what about for Atlanta United 2, since we were talking about Memphis and adjustments, what other adjustments are you thinking for these two sides?
Well, on the Atlanta United 2 side, you want to better protect those counterattack opportunities. A lot of that is back down to being a little bit cleaner in possession. When the ball turns over, make sure you're able to immediately repress or recover. And if you can't do either one, you have to commit a foul in the middle third to break up the play.
And here's that last opportunity that Memphis 901 had, and there's Tyler Ruthven at the top of the screen.
Ruthven holds up there at the last second. Castanera gets a boot on it, and Luis Fernando clears.
Metzger thought about doing something down the center channel, gives it to Morton instead. They'll go back to Birch. And there's Brandon Vasquez. It took a little time to get to Doyle. Vasquez will pick it off, and can he send Kanakimana? Benny and the Jets driving on Doyle. Tries to send it in with the right. Easy grab there by Jeff Caldwell.
Benny all by himself tries to make a cross backwards looking for Luis Fernando. Caldwell snuffs out the chance.
Up and over for Memphis 901. Sharpie and Epps. Top of the area, Metzger wants to atone for his first half pull down that created the penalty chance for Jack Metcalf, which is the margin that we have right now here in minute 51 at 1-0. Doyle working his way forward with Epps. Sharpie's there as well. Birch center circle. He's got room with the left. Epps can't hang on to it, so it will be a throw for Atlanta United 2. Tune into ESPN3 on August 30, 7 o'clock Eastern time for a special Friday night edition of Wednesday Night Soccer. One of the championship's biggest rivalries takes center stage. Indy 11 heading south on I-65 to meet Lou City. See it all August 30th, 7 o'clock Eastern time during a Friday night edition of Wednesday Night Soccer on ESPN3. Brandon Vasquez is there. So we're a lot of white kits. Comes back to Mark Birch. Metzger. And Birch and over to Sharpie. Back and forth with Epps. Nicely done, Cam Lindley. Mo Adams tries to keep it in. He does not. It will be a Memphis 901 corner at the near.
Memphis trying to play out through Marcus Epps as much as possible. He has a speed advantage on Wyke. Gets in behind him there. Adams helps seal off the end line, but has to concede the corner.
Sharpie's there. Doyle is there. Josh Morton. Lawrence Wyke is on him. And looking far post, Doyle with the header gets up, gets there first on a foul. It's going to come back the other way.
Doyle with the arm out commits the foul as he tries to create space for the header.
And while we're talking programming, tune into ESPN3 on September 11th, 10:30 Eastern time for an electrifying edition of Wednesday Night Soccer. High-flying Phoenix Rising FC heads to Vegas to meet the Lights in an action-packed Western Conference showdown. See it all September 11th, 10:30 Eastern during Wednesday Night Soccer on ESPN3.
Will Phoenix still have their unbeaten streak rolling?
When are dollar beer nights? Are they a specific day of the week, or do they just start calling it now?
At this point, I'd be having a dollar beer night every night if I'm Phoenix.
Every match night is dollar beer night.
You haven't lost on dollar beer night. Just keep going.
14 in a row. Ambrose settles. Nicely done. Luis Fernando turns. Lagos Kunga initially on him, but it's going to end up being Morton. Back out to Mo Adams. Back and forth with Kratz. Metzger being an absolute pest to Mo Adams, and he has to go all the way back to Tyler Ruthven. Najim is chasing now. Pressure from Memphis 901 here. Lagos pushes Mikey Ambrose off the ball. It goes to Brandon Allen, who's been really quiet tonight except for the one instance in the center.
Memphis has dialed up the pressure to start the second half.
Najim helping Birch. Cam Lindley is there. Picked off by Metcalf, but it ends up with Adam Najim. Wyke will backtrack on Epps. Wants to turn, deflected. Tyler Ruthven got in the way, corner.
Lawrence Wyke has his hands full with Marcus Epps. Just like Kunga wants to go to the left, Epps always wants to go to the right foot. He's able to do it far too easily here. Gets Wyke leaning. If not for Tyler Ruthven, Marcus Epps might have just equalized.
Danny, come here.
So Cam Lindley will set things up with the right here in minute 55. Goes short. A lot of availability there. Goes in, headed by Tubbs to clear. Metzger tried to get there first, but here comes Brandon Vasquez. Vasquez has Kanekimana grabbed from behind, and there's your foul on Cam Lindley. As Atlanta United 2 had a break, Lindley's going to get a card.
Kilpatrick tried to play advantage. Vasquez kept Lindley off of him. Kilpatrick maybe could have allowed advantage to continue after the fortunate deflection. Cam Lindley on loan from Orlando City picks up the yellow card. Vasquez is trying to get away from him. Lindley's just trying to grab whatever he can. He went for the arm first. He couldn't get that. He grabbed the jersey next.
So Cam Lindley got more than a handful, and for more than just a grab. So he'll end up with the yellow here. Tubbs up the middle looking for Vasquez. Nicely done to keep possession. Kratz spins out of trouble. He'll come all the way back. Back and forth with Ruthven. Metcalf looking for the big switch. Headed down nicely by Morton. Lagos Kunga there, and he will go. Loses Luis Fernando. Mo Adams is there. So was Metcalf.
Nice job by Atlanta United 2 to just seal Kunga off on one side of the field. A wall of stripes prevent Kunga from cutting back to the left and finding help.
Adams, Kratz, Ruthven. Metzger was chasing, so they'll go all the way back to Castanera. And Mo Adams will bring it up uncontested. Once again, the Atlanta United 2 build. Nice give and go there. Keeping it up. Nicely done. Wyke springs Kanekimana. What's Benny going to do with it? He wants to set up the right, and it's a grounder picked up by Jeff Caldwell.
Liam Doyle stands Kanekimana up just a bit. Doesn't give him a clean look at goal. Caldwell able to make that save pretty comfortably. Take another look at it here. Watch Doyle. He just takes away all of the options for Kanekimana. Shot might have been going wide. Caldwell doesn't know that, makes the save.
Good stop that time as Birch tried to pass it. Vasquez got in the way. He'll hang on to it, give to Luis Fernando. Birch gets in the way. They're going to call a foul on Birch.
Awkward challenge from Memphis captain Mark Birch.
Yep. Let's take another look at it.
Luis Fernando gets him leaning. Birch kicks the leg up high. But eventually brings Luis Fernando down. And now it's a set piece opportunity for Kevin Kratz and Mikey Ambrose. So Kratz is going to be the one to take it. One of the best around on delivering set pieces.
We've seen it both for Atlanta United 2 and Atlanta United. Hit top of the area, easily sent back out by Memphis 901. Lawrence Weick will keep possession, and he'll give to Metcalf. Mo Adams will find Mikey Ambrose. Space there for the drive. Ambrose wants to do something with the left. He'll go ahead and turn out of trouble. Luis Fernando now. Morton on him. Step over. Step over again. Tries to go with the left. It'll be a Creature Comforts corner kick as it hit Morton last.
Luis Fernando last week signed a contract with Atlanta United. He is on the Major League Soccer roster. Could be made available for Frank DeBoer's squad at any time.
Looks like substitutes coming in for both Atlanta United 2 and for Memphis 901, and that's going to be the evening for Mikey Ambrose. And it looks like George Bello is going to make an appearance here. So Bello for Ambrose in minute number 60.
Both recovering from injury. Ambrose this time gets the start and gets the longer shift. Gets into the 60th minute.
And Lagos Kunga's night is done after 60.
Good night for Kunga. Atlanta United 2 obviously knows him very well. Took away some of his tendencies. Kunga with the best chance of the match for Memphis at the end of the first half. The right-footed shot that Dylan Castanera saved at the near post.
And the leading goal scorer for Memphis 901 FC, Elliot Collier, coming in. 6'4", 180-pounder out of Hamilton, New Zealand. Corner there, back post, easy grab.
Collier, such a technical player, former futsal player in New Zealand. Extremely good in tight spaces.
Big flick forward, trying to get Najim sprung, and it's going to be grabbed by Castanera right at the edge of the area. Updating what's going on in the East quickly. The game that's going on pretty much at the same speed as this one. Loudoun and Birmingham tied at 1 there in the 57th. Coming into this match, Loudoun and Atlanta tied with points at 20. Obviously, the big goal difference is why Loudoun is ahead of Atlanta United 2 in the standings. Mo Adams working his way forward. Metcalf, center circle, picked off. Collier. Metzger. Epps swept nicely there. Can Sharpie do anything with it? Picked off inside the area. Mo Adams trying to get it out of traffic, and he finally does. Lawrence Weick pursued. Quick one-touch passing. Atlanta United 2 gets out of a jam. Brandon Vasquez tried to backheel, but it ends up in Kevin Kratz's cleats, but we got a foul call. Stoppage there as Liam Doyle is on the turf.
Lawrence Weick, nifty footwork to get out of trouble in the corner. Atlanta nearly breaks all of the Memphis pressure, but a foul on Doyle gives Memphis an opportunity. We'll take another look at what happened on that foul. Vasquez goes for the back heel to Kevin Kratz.
Looks like it was an unintentional right arm as Vasquez was trying to get his footing, and it ends up making contact with Doyle, and that's why Doyle went down.
Now it's an opportunity for Memphis to serve one up. Doyle did not have to leave the field. He is at the top of the 18. One of the likely targets for the set piece.
Lindley is there. Birch is there. And they're having a discussion with Adam Kilpatrick.
They are going to make Doyle leave the field. I was wondering about that. Trainers did come on to check him out. There was no card issued.
Right.
So Liam Doyle has to step off the field. And Memphis will play with 10 for a very short period of time.
Doyle checking with the fourth about when he can come back on. Birch. Looks like he's going to wind up. Picket fence at the top of the area for both Atlanta United 2 and Memphis 901. Big left foot, headed and missed everything, Marcus Epps.
I think Epps was just looking for the flick on at the back post. Doesn't give Morton much of an opportunity to get on the end of it.
Fans, you can continue to enjoy the USL on ESPN through the 2022 season. USL is excited to announce the championship and League One remain with the leader in sports for 3 more years. ESPN Plus will continue to be the home of all things USL. 19 games a year featured on the ESPN family of networks. 9 games on ESPN Deportes. Continue to follow, support, and watch your club on ESPN and ESPN Plus. First touch for George Bello. Luis Fernando. Wasn't a whole lot on it. Metcalf had to close ground away from Epps to keep possession for Atlanta United 2. There's Garrison Tubbs. Nice touch, nice combination to get Fernando sprung. Nice work with Bello there. Burge chested down nicely on the intercept. Metzger tried to get rid of it, scooped it right to Vasquez, who will dribble out of trouble nicely. Fernando drives on Metzger. Vasquez out wide.
Metzger with a little extracurriculars on Luis Fernando after Fernando dribbled past him with ease.
Yep. Kratz had Kanakimana as a cutter, didn't see it, didn't think there was enough space. One of the two gives to Metcalf, and they'll go around the outside. Wyke with room. He'll find Luis Fernando. Looking to drive on Morton. He'll turn, keep possession, pull it back out outside the area. Kratz will send it back out to Ruthven.
Nice work defensively by Morton to prevent Luis Fernando from penetrating the final third.
Kanakimana tried to flick it forward for Vasquez, ends up heading into the hands of Jeff Caldwell first, and Memphis 901 will come back out with it halfway through minute 66.
Josh Morton at right back, his 6th start of the season. Played last season in Tulsa with the Roughnecks.
Birch chased by Kratz. Caldwell just gets rid of it, sends it forward down the middle channel. Metzger flicked, but nicely done by Tubbs to keep control of George Bello.
Great composure from Garrison Tubbs tonight.
Kanakimana tries to get there first, but he does not. Sharpie heads it, and it's going to end up being a throw for Atlanta United 2. Adam Kilpatrick wants the throw to be a little further back. Up in the air, look, it slipped out of Wyke's hands, but it ends up sticking with the stripes on possession. Mo Adams. Swept over to Captain Jack. Tubbs. Bello. Mo Adams turns. Fernando scooped, looking for Bello, flicked away by Birch. Fernando comes back down with it, so does Bello, or so does Adams. Adams with a nice turn, kept by Bello. Adams stays down. Kanakimana, speed, cut back. Doyle is there.
Metzger again brought down Mo Adams after Adams left him in the dust.
Wyke tries to scoop it, kind of lost control of it, looking for either Bello or Vasquez. Ends up with Caldwell, who releases.
Both times with the late hit off the ball, Metzger's been a little lucky.
Epps on Ruthven. Whiffed. They're going to go with a corner.
No, Ruthven made the tackle.
Oh, Ruthven made the tackle. Looked like I thought that Epps just whiffed on the shot.
Yeah, because Ruthven knocked it away.
Okay.
That's good defending from Tyler Ruthven. He gets Epps going back to the left foot where he's not quite as strong.
Second sub of the evening, beyond Vinny Kanakimana's game is done in the 69th minute. Will Riley comes in.
We'll see where Riley slots in. Kanakimana's been playing out wide. Good performance from him tonight. Had more defensive responsibilities than we've seen put on him in the past. Answered the challenge well. Will Riley just slot into that spot out wide, or will he tuck in centrally where we've seen him most often?
7th appearance on the season for Riley, sent to the back post. Doyle headed right on.
Easy save for Dylan Castanera. Comes into the match 9th in the USL Championship in saves. That's a simple one to add to his total.
Alongside Jason Longshore, I'm John Nelson. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight here on ESPN Plus. Atlanta United 2, Memphis 901 FC. You want to make a run in the Eastern Conference heading for the playoff bar? Now's the time to do it. Atlanta United 2 with a Jack Metcalf penalty in the 37th, and that has been the difference. 1-0 Stripes right now for Memphis 901.
5 of the next 6, including this one at home for Atlanta United 2. Big opportunity on the board for them.
Metzger with Cam Lindley. Birch with the left. Flags up.
Birch just a little slow to pick out the run of Elliott Collier.
Collier 5 goals on the season for Memphis 901.
Collier, a player who broke through with the Chicago Fire in Major League Soccer. For a player of his size, he is so good with his feet. It's that futsal background that Collier has from his time in New Zealand.
Luis Fernando tries to turn. Foul called there on Sharpie. When you play futsal, what does that force you to do that can help you adjust to the outdoor game?
You're just playing in a tight space. You're playing with a ball that's a little bit smaller, a little heavier, so it takes the aerial game out. You have to solve problems with the ball at your feet in tight spaces.
Tubbs loses possession there, and he just drags down Brandon Allen, and a card there for Garrison Tubbs.
It's a bad turnover from Garrison Tubbs. He switches on to defense very quickly, commits the foul at the right time. He has to win that tackle or commit the foul. If Memphis is able to get any deeper, they're going to have a great opportunity. You see the giveaway. Brandon Allen, it's an obvious takedown from Garrison Tubbs, so there's no question about the foul, but he has to either win that tackle or commit the foul. He can't allow Allen to continue to advance on goal.
So Birch is there. Doyle, as we expect, always at the top of the area for Memphis 901. 4-man wall for the Stripes. And let's see what the thought is here for Memphis.
Mark Birch has a left foot that can find the back of the net from here.
He tries, hits it into the wall, up and over, and it's going to be a corner kick for Memphis 901.
Takes the deflection off the wall. Mark Birch was looking to beat Dylan Castanera from distance.
So Birch will send it with the left. Okay, and Adam Kilpatrick making his way inside the area for a bit of a discussion with Castanera.
He was talking to the two players in front of Castanera, and then right when he walked away, there was an additional push.
So it's Riley, it looks like. And the other one is Brandon Allen. Castanera gets in the way of that one. Nicely done to move it over to the other side. Will Riley will get there, and he's got room.
Marcus Epps was lurking on the back post. Castanera gets a hand to it and pushes it aside.
Kratz. Metcalf. Got to go back and reclaim it. It's going to go back to Castanera, who'll sweep it to Tubbs. Picked off again. Doyle trying to get into the play, but nicely done there by Mo Adams, and Riley to keep possession for Atlanta United 2.
Great turn.
Kratz looking for Vasquez. Deflected. Kratz still in pursuit, and it's going to go all the way back to Caldwell. Let's take a peek at that last chance that Memphis 901 had, and here's Birch. Back post, tipped by Castanera back over. Tracked down by Atlanta United 2, and they work their way back down to the other end, and Jeff Caldwell will send it back. Ruthven chests it down nicely. Bello is there. He gets around Brandon Allen. Riley a solid touch. Lawrence Wyke. Metcalf and Riley. Riley will go back. Brandon Allen chasing after Castanera. Najim marking, big right boot. Doyle into the back of Brandon Vasquez. Birch is there. Fernando will chase, but it goes back to Caldwell. And here comes Josh Morton. Sharpie and Doyle. Moved forward, trying to get Collier moving. Lawrence Wyke. Collier back to Najim. Epps. Morton was available. Goes the short route to Metzger instead. Work from Memphis 901 here with the right. Easy grab there by Dylan Castanera. Nicely done. Nice run of possession there by Memphis 901. Atlanta United 2. Dylan Castanera gets both arms wrapped around it as we turn minute 76. Still 1-0 from the PK that Jack Metcalf got back in minute 37.
You get to this point, 76th minute. That nice possession around the perimeter is not enough for Memphis 901. They're going to have to start finding options in front of goal.
Doyle tracking Luis Fernando. Numbers back. Brandon Vasquez. He's got help behind him. He turns. Nice scoop to Bello. He'll drive. Blocked. Collier doing a great job backtracking there to help things out, but Mo Adams gets there and sends it all the way back to Castanera for Atlanta United 2.
Tubbs did an even better job stepping in front of Brandon Allen. After a mistake a few minutes ago, Garrison Tubbs has had a couple of nice defensive plays. That was one of his best of the night. Knew he had cover behind him. Steps in, wins the ball that was intended for Allen, and Mo Adams cleaned it up.
Bello and Tubbs. And all the way back. Wyke and Castanera. Atlanta United 2 with one sub remaining. Remember, George Bello came in on the 60th for Mikey Ambrose. Will Riley came in about 7 minutes ago for Bienveni Kanekimana. So one sub left for Atlanta United 2. Tim Mulqueen has 2 left after the Elliot Collier sub for Lagos Kunga back in minute 60. Morton looking to drive. Turn, Collier, poke, picked off. Flag stays down so far, but it's too much for Luis Fernando. Doyle for Morton. Collier was lurking, gets past Bello, and he'll track it down. In with the left, poked clear. Kratz will control.
Tyler Ruthven gets his right foot to that.
Mo Adams didn't get it to Luis Fernando. Metzger and Doyle, and back to Metzger. Metzger's going to have to track this one down. He does. Riley was there. Metcalf was there. Epps to Najim. Morton on the ground, open space, goal, tied at 1. Najim gets through the center channel, pokes it past Dylan Castanera here in minute number 79. And Memphis 901 FC has tied it at 1 with 11 minutes to go.
Third goal of the season for Adam Najim. He just continues the run after playing it out wide. Gets in between everyone. Garrison Tubbs doesn't pick him up. Way too easy for Najim to get a clean look at goal. Good service back to him, but that started and finished with Adam Najim.
So let's see what we have here for the final 11 minutes or so from Atlanta United 2. Tied at 1. The PK from Jack Metcalf in the 37th lasted until just now. Adam Najim with the equalizer.
Memphis goal scored by number 10, Adam Najim.
Let's see what Atlanta United 2 has going here. Tubbs, Ruthven, Mo Adams and Luis Fernando. Back to Wyke. And back around the horn. Tubbs to Bello. Garrison Tubbs again. He'll find Tyler Ruthven one more time, and he'll go all the way back to Dylan Castanera. Will Riley and Bello. Bello on a turn. Mo Adams. Wyke and Fernando. Tyler Ruthven as we turn into the 80s now. Minute 81. Metcalf, Epps on him. Kratz was double teamed. Tracking back, 901, and Liam Doyle will send it forward with the left. Tyler Ruthven is there.
The draw does neither one of these teams any good if they're going to try to get back into this playoff race. Be curious to see if Glass and Mulqueen start to open things up.
Good poke, Mo Adams. Brandon Vasquez tries to get around Doyle, and a foul. Brandon Vasquez with the card.
Doyle goes down clutching his face. Battle between Vasquez and Doyle. After Doyle's told that there was a yellow card involved, he's not clutching his face.
Nope.
That was quick. We'll take another look at it right now. Doyle stands up Vasquez. It's just a battle for it there. Really not much in it, to be honest.
Nothing there.
Doyle, if anything, goes into the left elbow of Vasquez after Doyle lost possession. Savvy from the veteran. Gets the call, gets his team out of trouble.
And they're going to call Luis Fernando for the foul there. Metzger starts quickly.
Doyle again. Atlanta has to keep their head here.
Cam Lindley and Birch, and back to Lindley. Collier to Bello. Tubbs. Collier on him, marking very, very tightly to try to force a turnover. Doesn't happen. Mo Adams now. And Bello in tight space. Knocked out that time by Josh Morton, so it'll be an Atlanta United 2 throw in minute 83.
Looks like Jackson Conway will be Atlanta's final substitution.
Ruthven finds Luis Fernando, heavy touch. Riley gets there. Looking to get Metcalf going, but it's picked off nicely by Epps, who's working with Lindley. Najim. Epps can track it down. Numbers back for Atlanta United 2. Will Riley is there. Top of the area looking for Collier. Dummies it through. Metzger with the right save. Rebounded in. First save from Castanera ends right at Adam Najim. Najim puts it in the back of the net. 2 goals in 4 minutes. Memphis 901 now leads 2-1.
The story for Memphis 901 this season has been conceding late goals. They get 2 here to go up 2-1. Adam Najim at the heart of both. It's a great save from Dylan Castanera. Epps beats Riley 1v1 back to the 18. Collier lets it go. First time blast, and it just falls right to Najim, who makes no mistake. Epps picks out Collier. Great rip there. Great save by Castanera, but he can't push it wide enough. Falls right to Adam Najim. Second goal on the night, 4th goal of the year, and it gives Memphis 901 a 2-1 lead.
And Stephen Glass uses his last substitution. Kevin Kratz's night is done in the 84th. Jackson Conway coming on for Kevin Kratz. So let's see what can happen here in the next 6+ minutes.
Najim has now injured himself. Atlanta was ready to kick off.
And the physio's out now for Memphis 901, going after the calf and flexing, and looks like he's down for a cramp or something.
Atlanta was ready to kick off. Najim did not get into Memphis's half of the field. Kilpatrick had actually blown the whistle to kick off. Then he was waving at Najim to get on the right side of the field, and Najim sat down to get stretched out.
Now we're looking at the action in the Eastern Conference right now. 82nd minute, Loudon and Birmingham tied at 1s. Tulsa and Vegas out west in the 40th. They are goalless right now. And Tim Mulqueen seeing Adam Najim go down. Leston Paul will check in for Najim here. So Najim's night is done after 2 goals in 4 minutes.
We're seeing that happen more and more where players are about to be substituted. They go down, feigning injury. Najim's put in a lot of work tonight, but once it's time to be substituted, he's up and he's okay. Referees are allowing players a lot of leeway in those moments right now.
What can the Stripes do here as we're halfway through minute number 86? Vasquez, Conway, Metcalf, a lot of numbers going forward. Luis Fernando, Will Riley. From Wyke to Tubbs. Riley cycling through Wyke. Metcalf pulls back on Epps. Luis Fernando with the left on the ground, top of the area, and the first one there's in a white kit. Josh Morton with the intercept, and he has got a lot of space to run, just shouldered off the ball by Mo Adams. Nicely done.
Good strength from Mo Adams, gives Atlanta another opportunity.
Big right, Birch is there. Vasquez got there late. Metzger and Morton. And then Metzger will send it forward. Tubbs will let it drop. Brandon Allen's chasing. It ends up back with Castanera.
Smart from Tubbs because Collier and Allen had both dropped off looking to win whatever Tubbs did, if it was a header or just a flick.
Wyke back and forth. George Bello calling for it on the big switch. Can he get there first? Morton gets there first. Collier tracks it down. Riley on him. Back to Metzger. Morton. Riley gets in the way. It'll be a Memphis 901 throw, early minute 88.
Gonna have to find more of that. Will Riley chasing it down, hustling to make something happen. But it's a throw for Memphis, and they're going to take their time.
Collier. Nice turn on Riley to keep possession. Goes through 3 players and tries to go around Garrison Tubbs. They're going to call the foul on Collier. Collier wanted a foul on Bello.
Collier with the stiff arm tried to keep Bello off.
Vasquez tries to turn. Picked off. Bello ends up with it. Through a lot of traffic. Pushed down by Metzger. No call.
Metzger had the arm extended. Bello went down easily. Doesn't get the call.
Collier. Turning to minute 89. Cam Lindley. Back to Morton. Forward to Collier. He'll keep possession. Poked out by Tubbs. Sticks with Memphis 901.
It's a great ball from Morton to pick out Collier in space.
Last sub of the night comes from Tim Mulqueen. Jochen Graf comes in. And that will be the night for Brandon Allen. So Jochen Graf in, Brandon Allen's night is done here in minute 89.
We'll see how much time is added by our referee tonight, Adam Kilpatrick.
There's your tag out. And your tag in, and here comes Jochen Graf. Down into the corner, heading for Graf, swept back nicely, looking for Collier, but out of it is Mo Adams. Space available for Metcalf. Can't turn on Epps, goes back to Wyke and Ruthven. What's the number on the board? We'll get that shortly. Bello couldn't get it to Luis Fernando, so he'll get it to Jackson Conway instead. Adams center circle. Lawrence Wyke. Metcalf is there. Sends it in. Can't get to Conway. Doyle gets there first.
And Doyle picks out a pass. Doesn't just play it into the stands. It's good work from the veteran Doyle.
Ruthven's there. Gives to Adams. Lane United 2 will try it again. Metcalf and Wyke. 4 minutes the number on the board, so 4 minutes remaining here at Fifth Third Bank Stadium. Atlanta United 2 trying to get an equalizer. Luis Fernando on Collier. In with the left into the area, batted down. Brandon Vasquez had the chance, couldn't quite control it.
Brandon Vasquez has to pull off something spectacular there to control it. A lot of complaints for no reason. It's a goal kick for Memphis.
And so we'll remind you one final time that you can continue to enjoy the USL on ESPN through the 2022 season. The USL is excited to announce the championship in League One will remain with the leader in sports for 3 more years. ESPN Plus will continue to be the home of all things USL and at least 19 matches a year featured on the ESPN family of networks, including 9 games on ESPN Deportes. Continue to follow, support, and watch your club on ESPN and ESPN Plus. Mo Adams finds Metcalf. Ruthven on the overlap. Luis Fernando tries to turn on Morton, right on, and just in front trying to screen was Brandon Vasquez. Couldn't quite get there, got there a little late, ends up in the hands of Caldwell. So Jeff Caldwell will move everybody forward, take his time, about 2.5 minutes to go. Graf got there first. Castanera for Bello. Luis Fernando. Bello again on Collier. Riley. Riley gets it back from Luis Fernando. Tries to turn to get out of a jam. Memphis 901 packing it in. Not a whole lot of room for Atlanta United 2 to go. Vasquez sends Metcalf in on a run. Blocked by Epps. Epps ends up with it.
Epps and Sharpie defended that very well. Gave Metcalf no looks at putting that cross in and picking out a teammate.
Tubbs, Mo Adams. About 1.5 minutes to go. Can Metcalf bring it down, headed out by Memphis 901. Atlanta United 2 having to work quickly. In with the right into the area. Ruthven looking to put a head on it. He does. But it'll end up in Jeff Caldwell's possession. He finally does pick it up after a little while. Sits on it as Vasquez gets there with about 1 minute to go. Caldwell just gets rid of it in the general vicinity of Collier. Bello with the quick throw in under a minute. Wyke with room. Graff on him. Fernando looking to turn. Great marking by Lindley. Collier beaten. Bello in the corner. George Bello in the area. Trying to get it with the right. Top of the area. Conway's there. Can't control it. Back out. Wyke. He's got to send it in. Riley header. And it's going to go with Memphis 9:01.
Riley called for the push. Would have been a corner for Atlanta United too. Riley gets both hands on the back of the Memphis defender, and that will likely do it. Big comeback from Memphis 9:01. Only one win in their last 8. They needed something positive as they're in game 3 of 4 straight on the road. They're going to take some momentum to Charleston on Monday afternoon.
The last goals before tonight that Memphis 9:01 had scored was back on August 10th. They scored 2 tonight in a 4-minute span, both from Adam Najim, and Atlanta United 2 ends up on the short end of 2-1, much like what happened in Hartford. Had a lead and lost it on the road. Same thing happens tonight at home.
Happens to young teams where you don't know how to close these games out. Atlanta United 2 tonight struggled to create chances. They really didn't get enough going in the attacking half. Memphis 9:01 made them pay for that. They were able to stick to the game plan. They increased the amount of pressure as the night went on. They increased the numbers going forward. And Adam Najim's 2 goals carry Memphis to the win.
Jack Metcalf's PK doesn't hold up. Memphis 9:01 gets full points on this big road trip of theirs. We'll put a bow on it when we come back. You're watching the USL Championship on ESPN+. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit Piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
Welcome back to Fifth Third Bank Stadium. Time to wrap things up. Here's Memphis 9:01 gets full points. The first time that these two teams met was back in April. Atlanta United 2 beats Memphis 9:01, 1-0 on a Kevin Barajas goal to get full points. Then Memphis returns the favor when they come here to Fifth Third.
First time Memphis all season long conceded first and came back to get the win. Atlanta United gets the early goal. Jack Metcalf on a penalty. Not many chances for Atlanta United in the first half, but they take the lead into the break. It's all Memphis in the second, though. Adam Najim starts the sequence, finishes the sequence with the equalizer, and then Marcus Epps, great little dummy there from Elliot Collier. Dylan Castanera makes the save on Metzger's initial attempt, but it falls right to Najim with the brace.
That's your final score, 2-1. Those are how the goals ended up in the back of the net. Final stats, you look at this, 15 shots from Memphis 9:01, half of them on target, possession 2-1, but it's what you do with it. The 2 goals from Najim end up being the difference in a 4-minute span.
Only 2 shots on target for Atlanta United 2. That is not going to get you 3 points in the USL Championship. Memphis 901 kept knocking on the door, and they finally broke it down in the second half.
It's been a long couple of matches for Memphis 901 coming into Kennesaw, losing 3 in a row. They get full points tonight, beating Atlanta United 2 by the score of 2-1. Their road trip continues. Next time for Atlanta United 2, Birmingham Legion is around the corner a week from today. Thanks for watching the USL Championship on ESPN+. Play it safe, everybody. We'll see you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.